Shabri, what does compassion mean to you?
Yeah, see.
Consideration, acha. Compassionate care for self. This is the topic, or the power of compassion. So I was just wondering, in English, there are a couple of words which we use. One is sympathy. Yes, sir. One is sympathy. Sympathy means I acknowledge, I know what you're going through. Say, suppose my mom had a fracture or something. Oh, I understand what the pain could be. Oh, I understand you had a fracture. I'm sorry. I'm sympathizing with you. I know what you're going through. There's another word called empathy, where you kind of walk in their shoes. I empathize with you. It means I feel what you're feeling. I can really feel the pain. Oh, the surgery must have been really bad, isn't it? Now, what happens is sympathy is I acknowledge, empathy is I start to feel how you feel. And when we do that, we become shareholders in that pain. So my energy will also start draining. Instead of going on to help, oh, I'm feeling the same pain, I'm feeling the same hurt, I'm going through the same thing. I exactly know because I'm also going through them. So if I'm also if I'm in the same boat as you are, how can I help? So the next word in English is compassion. So let me tell you. So one few of the definitions of compassion is unconditional acceptance and understanding with respect and love. Being able to be and allow people to be who you are, who they are. Seeing the weakness, but not promoting, rather empowering. So we had a Dadi with us who passed away in 2020 at the age of 104. And this is how she gave us the definition of compassion. Compassion is not wanting sorrow to remain in the another and having the strength in the self to remove that. I know what they're going through. I understand what they're feeling, absolutely. And I do something to relieve them of that pain, to relieve them of that sorrow. That is called compassion, where you're, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I exactly know what, no. What can I do so that they feel better? That is called compassion. Yeah.
Like shared sorrow.
No,
No.
you're not sharing sorrow.
No.
You're alleviating sorrow.
Good, but first you buying into it.
You understand.
Right.
You don't buy. You understand it. And then it's like doing a diagnosis.
Okay.
Like a doctor, you do a diagnosis, but you don't go through the pain as they're doing. Then you understand, okay, this is the symptom.
Some
this
degree
is
of
the
detachment.
sign. There is detachment.
Yeah.
But there is compassion.
Well,
There is love.
compassion is
And it's not just love, but you want to do something and you do something. That is compassion. If it's still in the thinking, then I'm not doing it. Getting it?
Yeah.
What is the name of the couple at the back? The two people at the back? Nandram. Deborah. You're from? Uh-huh. Have you been here before?
I think from here before.
Oh, well, return home. Welcome home again. Now, just a question to reflect. How do you treat your friend? When your friend, any close friend, you all have close friends, best friends? It could be your children, it could be your sibling also, whom you treat as if anybody, no? We label them as a best friend, whom you share your heart-to-heart feeling. When your friend is suffering, what do you do? Now, this is suffering is like, forget about the word suffer, but if they are going through some hardship.
trouble.
Ah.
Like trouble.
Right. So, what did you do?
Practically.
How did you help?
the situation. Get to know the situation.
Get to know the situation, is it? Acha. How did you feel? Your body language, your tone and voice. Okay, just a reflection. When your friend was passing through some hardship, what did you do? What was your approach? What were your feelings when you were approaching your friend and with your mindset to help them feel better? Yeah, that is the question. You can think of a time when your friend was going through a hardship or a challenge and you helped them out. So just to see the background undercurrent of it. So what was my feelings? What was the tone of my voice? How did I approach? What was my body language, tone, and what were kind of the words? Sometimes you might have not even spoken anything. You might have just sat and listened. It's called active listening,
Mm.
compassionate listening with full attention from your heart, but being detached, you listened. You did that. Yes, brother.
You know, sometimes I found out over time that you find yourself in a situation like that,
Uh-huh.
but you are rendered helpless because you find it difficult to get through to the person in a clear and cogent way, so that you could offer him, and you still feel it. I've had
That's
so-
true, that's true. Like you want to, but you don't have the tools or you don't know the method. What do we do at that time? Then of course, you reach out to help and things like that, right? But at that moment, you felt help.
Yeah, because I know I had the tools to do it,
Uh-huh.
and I know I've dealt with much more complex situation than that.
Mm.
But the person came over in a nonchalant way, as if they were not too concerned with the situation that they were in,
Uh-huh.
or they were going about it in a, can't find the word,
That's
kind of word.
That's okay. Got it. Do we need anyone to be compassionate with us?
Casual is the word I'm looking for.
Do we want anyone to be compassionate with us?
I would think so.
Huh?
I would think so, I would like so.
You would like so?
Yeah, I agree.
No? Acha? Anandra? Nandaram, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. You would like someone to be compassionate with you? If you want someone to be compassionate with you, who would you choose to be? Who would you want to have compassion with you? Who would you want someone to be? You said no. Okay, let's let's stick with the three of them. If you want someone to be compassionate with you, who is that?
Was God.
God has to be compassionate with you,
you
is
ask
not?
that. No, but you ask, people usually ask God to be compassionate because they feel
I'm
that
not
they.
asking about people. I'm
No,
asking
but-
about you.
No, but you often feel at times as if
Like,
God is not
aren't you
coming
compassionate
through.
with me? You
Yes,
talked about-
God is not coming through for you.
Okay,
You
all right,
think
okay, let's put God, okay?
Yeah.
All right, we remind him that he is not compassionate, you have to be compassionate, okay? All right,
you're
who else?
asking.
Someone who's close to you or who's
Uh-huh. Who is close to you?
like siblings, brothers, sisters,
Uh-huh. Sister
friends,
Deborah?
close friends.
Good, good. God, siblings, brother, sister, friend. Brother, sister. Any guesses? Maybe children. Maybe children.
Anybody.
Do you think you can be compassionate with yourself? Is that a possibility?
It's-
Can we be compassionate with ourselves? All right, are we
Might be
cruel? Are we,
difficult.
how are we with ourselves? How do we treat ourselves? Okay, these people have to be compassionate. God has to be compassionate with us. Siblings, brother, sister, children, mother, father, whoever, friends. How do we treat ourselves?
Sometimes harshly.
Okay, do you remember a time when you made a mistake?
Then,
When you made a mistake?
yes,
How were you talking to yourself?
Then you won't talk.
Angry, cursing.
You're talking about
Angry,
laughter.
cursing. Nandramba,
Negativity.
negativity.
Something in our conscience. And then we don't know. But I can understand that at some point you have to forgive yourself, depending on the nature.
Being compassionate with myself
Yeah.
means, first I need to
Reconciling-
be
reconciling
compassionate with
yourself.
myself. So if
First.
I am starting, then how will the dialogues be with myself? How will I talk to myself? Will I curse? Like if you have to be compassionate with your friend, when I asked you how you talk nicely and all of that, give compassionate listening, all of that we do.
And yet,
But when I need to talk to myself, how do I talk to myself? Or how should I be talking to myself?
Mhm.
Just think about that.
And getting,
Getting it now.
cooperating with yourself
Mm.
along the same lines.
So what is shared here is, this is called helper's high. Helper's high is nothing but when you are compassionate with others. When you
Helper's
help
what?
others. Helper's high.
I,
High. You feel good. It's like a feel good
Oh.
factor.
Hmm.
It's how you feel.
help
When you
us.
help somebody, how do you feel?
Good.
Good.
Happy.
Happy. This is called as helper's high. They did a research saying whenever you help someone, even for a minute thing, you feel good. And if you give them a small candy or chocolate, if they wanted something and you found out and you figured out and give it to them, you feel good. That is called helper's high. And when you keep helping others, one is that high. It also creates close bonding, connection, our stress levels go down. These are some of the research factors that were found out.
You want to send
Increased
these
resilience.
to us?
I wasn't thinking of, but if you want, I could send it.
Yes,
So this
very
was the
interesting.
question I was asking you.
yeah,
How do you treat when you have to treat others, we do a very good job. Your best friend, you have to treat a very good job.
yeah.
We find what is their favorite, probably cook like that. You know their likes and dislikes. He doesn't like this kind of a music. Let's play this kind of a music, colors. But when it comes to treating me, how do I treat myself? All of you work? Sister Deborah, you work too? Yes. Do you work at least 8 hours a day? How many of you work more than 8 hours a day? Oh, goodness, all of you. How many hours do you all work? 10 hours?
Sometimes that's the hours.
No hours. You only know your starting time and you don't know your ending time. So say you're working 8+ hours in a day. And you spend another 8 hours commuting, cooking, paying bills, all other activities which goes on. Another 2-3% when you have to come home, you probably take calls when you come back home as well. If you have children, probably take care of your kids as well, help them do their homework. Or if you're overseas, you'll have to take care of people on the other side of the world as well, isn't it? So many other things. So most of the time throughout the day, are you doing things for yourself or others? Whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether you're commuting.
Others.
Others. So yes, Trevor,
I think it varies.
raise.
Sometimes it is more.
Mhm.
In my case, I do more.
For yourself. Acha, good for you. But even cleaning, cooking, you're doing it for others, right? You're not just cooking for yourself,
Yes.
right? So it's mostly for others. If we go with the helper's high formula, if we're doing throughout the day, most of the majority of the time is spent in taking care of others, meeting the needs of others. Then at the end of the day, how should you feel?
Exhausted.
If that formula was right, we should be feeling so light. We should be feeling so happy. Helpers high. We should be so high.
Right.
Are we high? This is called as a fatiguometer. You know what's fatigue? Tired. So the fatiguometer is going up. It's almost going to burst out. So the end of the day, you feel, wow, hooray, I helped so many people. You're in IT, you'll be getting all these tickets, solve the problem, solve the problem. I solved so many problems. You should feel so happy. No, somewhere something is going wrong, right? If that formula was correct, and if we are spending most of the time to help others, taking care of others, we should never be having feeling of fatigue. We should be feeling so good, but that's not happening. No. So somewhere something went wrong.
Right.
Hmm. You all take supplements? Why do you take supplement?
The same purpose that your cause, the supplement.
To supplement. We're deficient in this, and they're not being given to us with our food and all of that. And that's why we take supplement.
Mhm.
So here also, we've been taking care of everyone. Now it's time to give this supplement C, vitamin C. You know, vitamin C is very good, boost your immunity and all that. Now give this supplement of compassion to yourself. Just the time that you all are taking to come here is for whom you came here. You came for yourself, right? True, Brother Nandranger? Brother Claremont, you came for yourself? Vitamin C. This is our vitamin C of where you take care of yourself. Being compassionate with yourself. I told you this story, no? What's in the cup? You remember? Brother Claremont, you remember the story? What's in my cup? Coffee cup. Remember? No? All right, very easy. I need to find another story now. So, you know, when you're going to work and they have like a, what does this for? Remember? Okay, don't leak out the answer. Because they both might have not heard it. They have a disposable coffee cups are there with a lid. And they're rushing, this man is rushing to his meeting. And as he's entering the stairs of his building, someone comes barging at him and the cup, the lid opens and out goes the coffee over all his, on his shirt. And he still ends up going to the meeting. And as soon as he walks in, everybody's like, what happened? Why is coffee all over his shirt? What are some of the responses he could give? Sister Deborah? Why are you laughing? What's coming to your mind? Something negative? Blame game?
No.
No. बोलिए. Some goodness, that's called negative thought. Someone bumped into me. I slipped. My God, people.
Accident.
It was an accident. Those are very nice words to say. This was some little bit of negativity there.
Let me make a point here.
Huh.
When the first time you give that example for that analogy, I was at a conference at Marriott, and there was a waiter, a waitress, and she was bringing juice, and it was in subdued lighting, and I was about to point, and as I made so, the waiter, small waiter, with a full glass, plastic, bumped into my hand. And because she was so trained, she knew how to meander.
Wow.
And yes, I saw her at the certain corner, is making something like this. And this thing fell on the ground here and just spilled around here and touched no one. She is in that environment and she will start to anticipate and deflecting. And that happened the very next day after you gave the example.
Acha. Okay, we won't invoke any things like that now. So the man says, because there was coffee in my cup.
That is why it's spilled.
If there was juice, there will be juice on my shirt. If there was milk, there will be milk on my shelf. Mhm. So when we are bumped into fate or accidents happen like this in our life, what's coming out of us? Whatever is in the cup will come out. So what's in the cup? What have I filled within myself? That will come out. Hmm. So take a moment to think.
So it's an allegory also, whatever is, yeah.
So this is our traffic control music, which you're listening. So just take a moment to check what's in my cup. Rather, what would you like to have in your cup? Do both. What is there? What would you like? Hmm. You get a chance to check what's in your cup and what would you like to have in your cup? Anyone? Let's start with the women power. Because it's all majority, the males, we are the minority today. So Deborah, what did you see? What's in your cup? And what would you like to have in your cup?
Peace.
Hmm.
Peace.
Peace and
Happiness.
happiness is in your cup. You want to have in your cup.
Yeah.
Very nice. Anyone else would like to share? The brothers?
Hmm.
Hmm.
To me, that would be consideration,
Consideration.
because I think with that, with due consideration,
Hmm.
I can bring a new pair of eyes to circumstance, and
Circumstances.
therefore help me to respond.
Good. It's kind of having patience also, right? And you are able to see the larger perception of it. When you consider it, you can see clearer, better.
You know, when we were children, certainly in India, there would be an religious statement.
Mhm.
Things are not always
How
what
they appear.
seem. Yes, same thing.
Correct.
Um, most of the times I found, what you're dealing with,
Mhm.
subscribe to that notion.
Okay. All right. Good. So keep that in mind, what you want and what we have. And all we have to do is change it. That's all. Possible? If it was that easy, we won't be here today. Now, just take a moment to understand little deeper aspects. What does compassion to the self mean? It's the talk that I'm having with myself. Like, okay, one is theory. Now, practically, how do you see yourself being compassionate to yourself? Say, for example, from today, for me to say no to something is hard. So I need to learn how to be positive and also to say no. Yeah? To be respectful of my time also, my energy also, and being practical to say no. So that is something I'm going to take care for myself, how to say no, but in a positive way. That is being compassionate. Otherwise, I will kill myself. do this, do that, go here, go this, then you're all over the place. You'll start draining. So where I could balance, and I could be of balance, I need to say, okay, this is what I can do, this is I cannot do. This is what I am. But to be respectful and put to draw a line. That is being compassionate to yourself for me. What does it mean for you? Practical. It could be to meditate every day. You will start your day with meditation, or before you do anything, you will start with moments of reflection. That could be being compassionate to yourself. What
Like
it can-
gratitude,
Living in gratitude. Excellent. Great example.
exercise.
Exercise, yeah. That's being compassionate to the body. I need to take care of this body. Otherwise, I keep postponing, and then we all know exercise is required. So many times a week, so many minutes. How much do we do? It's compassion to the self.
Eat a healthy diet.
Eat healthier diet. Very true. Good, good. Now we're talking.
Don't overexhaust yourself. Don't
Towards
overexhaust yourself. Take breaks within after a certain period.
take breaks.
Continuous
Don't
work,
put, after continuous working, take breaks. In that break, what do? Some people go have a smoke. Say, I want some fresh air, and they go pollute the air for themselves and for the world out there. Break is where you center yourself. You go back and recharge yourself. The inner being. Yes, you have to come out of your routine, whatever you were doing, whether it's the
Rut.
computer,
Yeah, break out the rut. Break the monotony.
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 So yes, from, being work conscious, you become you're being conscious. Being time conscious, you become peace conscious. That way, make a shift. That is healthier break. Yes, we have to take a break. Break from what? And how I'm taking a break. That's also important.
The Australians have a saying that exemplify what you're saying. You say 8 hour rest, 8 hour play, and a Bob a day. Work-life balance. They're talking about.
Okay, okay. Mr. Deborah, you want to say practically how you would be taking care of yourself? What does compassion for the self mean to you? Like being for your friend, now see yourself as your best friend. And practically, what would you do to take care? You know yourself the best. Your family members are close to you, but 100%, you know yourself. You know the needs of the self. You know the challenges of the self. So how would you take care of the self? Or how would you like to take care? Yes.
Take some time for yourself, relax, have a walk.
Do you drink tea every day? So how is this going to be different from that drinking of tea?
Relaxing, nothing happening.
Not to, right. Not to having a tea anyway, but not to drink it. And what's happening while listening to music? You're having your tea, you're listening to music. So what's happening? You know it. I'm just trying to get it out of you. What's happening? You break the monotony. And what happens when you break that monotony? What's happening inside?
Soothing.
Soothing.
Mm.
Good. So this
Reduce.
kind of
Yes.
what do you call the aids, no? The support system that we take, whether it's tea or we take a walk in Mother Nature, you go by the beach, sunrise, sunset. Anything, all of our music, for example, or you have a musical instrument, you play, you sing. These all helping you to get in touch with your true self. It's not that they are giving you peace, but that just acts like a stimuli or a reminder. You connect to the peace within you.
Yep.
If someone is how many suicides happen in the beach? There's so many suicides which happen in the beach. People go, right, and kill themselves. And now you go to the same beach and you feel relaxed. So it is not the beach which is giving you relaxation. It's not the beach which is taking your life away. It is just a stimuli so that you create those peaceful thoughts and go into that experience. It's helping you get in touch with your true self, your authentic self, your eternal self, which is peace, love, happiness. Some people play YouTube video which has cynic pictures. We've not gone there. We are it's an artificial thing, no? It's a virtual, no, it's a virtual world. Still, it's giving you an experience.
So vicarious.
Because it's helping, it's reminding you of that experience within, that you are peace, you are that love. All right, so this was some things. So if you know what you want, what is stopping you from doing it?
Time.
Big one. I don't have time, sister. I don't have time to eat. I don't have time to sleep. Forget about taking time to go for a walk. Why are you laughing, Drew?
Time to eat, no time to sleep.
I used to say that to myself.
It's
So many
anxiety, so that's just a case of anxiety.
when I used to be in the university, I was like, oh God, who has time to sleep? We didn't know when is morning, when was night, because you used to go to school, college, do your homework, and you have to study, you have to read also. I'm like, when is night? You just know you're sitting, it goes on day and night it goes. So, what is stopping? Time. That's what we say. What else?
Mind.
The mind. Have you had times when you said, this is last priority, my family comes first, my children come first, my job comes first? I don't know if you have seen, I saw a small clip years ago. This professor, he takes a big jar, empty jar to his class, and he fills it up with golf balls. You know this experiment he did? He fills up the jar with golf balls, total. And he asks all the students, is the jar full? Yes, sir, it is. Okay. Then he puts small pebbles. He puts pebbles in it. Is the jar full? Yes, sir. He takes sand and he puts sand now. Is the jar full? Now they're very clever. They don't say anything. Is the jar full? So, think so. And he opens a can of Coke and pours it on that. What's the moral of the story? And he says, if I had filled it with Coke first, will there be place for the sand, the pebbles, and the golf balls? If we go in that order,
No,
no. It has to be golf balls first, pebbles next, sand, and Coke. So he said these golf balls are your main priorities in life. Whether it's your family, whether it's you, all those main core things, top priorities. And these pebbles are, I don't remember exactly what he said. Then he doesn't say anything about the Coke. So the students are curious now. So what is Coke, sir, then? Well, whatever it is, you always have space or time for Coke, for a drink. But don't reverse the formula. So barriers. I put myself at the back end. I put others in front. The golf balls doesn't have my name at all.
first
Not the
things
pebbles.
first.
Exactly, and you're not first for yourself, right? So, priority.
Yes, some people say you're selfish. You only think about yourself.
That is a different concept.
If you take, this is my experience, even when you take time for your meditation, for your self growth, it will make you so efficient that you can do more than what you could have done without it. This is my experience. Because the stress goes down, clarity comes, concentration comes, and you come with a new mindset, new perception. You're able to solve things better. All of these things happen because you took some time for yourself. And it's not just helpful for you. Ask your family members, he's very peaceful. No fight from 1 week. Not getting angry. You know, not about
No,
that.
I understand, but what I'm saying is that yet still people say that you're selfish and you don't really.
But they will say, people will say many things. As long as you are convinced that I'm not being selfish, I'm actually being selfless, I can do better for them, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's in the friend circle, you can do much better. You can say, I'm doing this for you. Would you like to have a grumpy daddy? Or you would like to have a light-hearted daddy? You know?
So
Yes, Brother
So-
Kavanaugh.
self-preservation is nature's first law. A selfish person is a person who takes care of themselves to the exclusion of all others. So you know selfish people when you see them, they are first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. You know them. But you have to take care of you before you can take care of me. If I'm sick and I'm here and I want you to come and just help me wipe out here and help me to the bath, you cannot come to me if you have not eaten breakfast and lunch. I might have to pick you up off of the floor. You have to take care of your needs, your basic needs, personal needs. And then, once you are finished, you could come and help me. You have to take care of them.
Oh, yeah, you have to use
Well-
the mask first. Correct. That's a classical example.
No, I understand all of that, but what I'm saying is that we sometimes we say we don't take care of ourselves. And people accuse us of only thinking about ourselves in the sense,
That's the wrong notion, though.
you know.
It could also be when I am so much involved in work, if priority, if not your case, but in case it's making money. Right? So it is for the self, but
You're wrong,
your
right?
health, yes, your health, your mental health, your physical health is compromised for that way, right? That way. So the barrier is recognizing the priority. But we can give many reasons, family, time, work, deadlines, many things we can say. So recipe,
I think the society nowadays too, is so materialistic, so people, if you drive a big vehicle,
Mm.
people, they're so materialistic that, so people spend most of their time trying to accumulate these material things and they
What did
forget
they say?
about,
there is always enough for everybody's needs, but
But
not
not them.
everybody's greed.
yeah,
We could do with a small car, but we want that
yeah.
Lamborghini or Tesla, whatever, right? All those high-end cars. Yes, then it's a
Because
different ballgame.
society now is, society.
The
Societal
level of
pressures
that
are so,
contentment has changed.
because
before we were
if you
happy.
drive on the road and you have a small car, someone come with a big Prado or so,
Uh-huh.
you just
Overtakes you.
don't even care about you.
Who are you? A little
Exactly.
ant.
So people feel that, when I get this big vehicle, I will be this power. In so doing,
But
They
what do you
lose,
feel? Is
uh,
that the true self? Is it my true?
no, definitely, that's what caused some of the issues that we have,
Correct.
because, the pressure the society, places on you. If they see you with a old car, they'll say, why you don't get a new car,
Exactly.
It's time for a new car,
The moment when you are content, it doesn't matter whether you're wearing a brand new one or one with some patches. Like you are what do they say? You're comfortable in your own skin. So it doesn't matter then. Once you know the priority for you and what matters to you, don't even listen to it. You lose your peace of mind. My value is not based on what I have. My value is based on what I am here. The peace, love, the values that I value makes me valuable. So some recipe for self-compassion. So this is our normal pyramid, right? When people in school and colleges, they say this much carbs, this much proteins, this much vitamins, minerals. But for the compassion, it's a little different. Like we put exercise all the way on the top. It's the tip of the pyramid. Because it is important, but the effect of it on taking care of my inner being is that much only. What affects more than that is our career. If you have challenges at work or anything, it has an impact on your feeling, on your being. But much more than that is relationships. You have a good career, you have a good, healthy body. But if relationships are not good, it drains you. You have everything materialistically, it'll drain you. But much more than that, your spiritual mindset. How is that? That's the major jump for your well-being. So spiritually, who am I? So we are just going to talk a little bit about who am I, which is, here is the thought. So thoughts go into feelings and into action. As you think, so shall you feel, and then you act accordingly. Now we are very mindful of what kind of food we consume. Is it fresh? Is it organic? All of that. Is it frozen? All of that. But the food for the mind is thoughts. Am I careful on the quality of thoughts that I'm creating? How healthy it is, how positive it is, free from negativity, that I need to check. Because what I'm consuming is the thoughts that I'm creating. You will see things, you will hear things, you will read, and you will create thoughts. So what are my consumptions? That is the food for the being. That I need to be mindful. This is all things that to take care of the inner being. Do you ever feel like this? You see the image, Sister Deborah? Where the mind is all over the place? Does it happen to you, Brother Shabri?
Used to have.
It used to. Thank God. It's gone in the past. Leave it there. Brother Claremont, you're out of that.
What is that? Overthinking?
Overthinking, scattered thinking, all over the place. You know, they say you're all over the place.
No, I'm not always.
Very good. Brother Nandini?
Sometimes.
Sometimes he's very honest and practical. Sometimes I feel it. Sometimes.
Yeah, you'll have anxious, stressful intrusion or intrusive thoughts. Those are intrusive thoughts.
So the goal of meditation, the goal of being compassionate is to direct the mind away from waste towards elevated thoughts. Waste, junk, unnecessary,
What elevated?
elevated.
Right.
Not just good and
I know
positive.
there's intrusive thoughts,
Elevated.
okay, elevated. Elevated.
So I'm shifting from waste, unnecessary, negative, toxic to not just be good, but think elevated. What's the highest you can think? In any situation, for yourself, what's the highest you will think? That's the tape recorder which plays in the mind.
I'm missing something. What you define elevated thoughts as? Toxic thoughts?
No,
Oh.
toxic thought is totally opposite of that.
You're talking about elevated thoughts to
Elevated.
remove you from that situation.
Okay, give an example of an elevated.
What kind of thoughts you talking about?
Come, brother. Nandini.
God is always with me.
God is always with me. What kind of a thought is that?
This,
No, you say. What is that kind of a thought is that? God is
This.
with me.
good,
It's just a good thought.
yes,
It's called elevated.
Good, so I understand. And what you call this stuff?
Which one?
This one that you're looking at?
This
It's the
one, this is
opposite of-
color.
Good, right, that's the intrusive
Very-
thoughts, right, so contrast. I
Yes,
understand.
contrast.
Right,
Got
good, I understand, this is what I'm trying to clarify in my mind.
Yes,
Because I want to share the
Right.
information with other people.
okay. So from having 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day to 2,500 to, somewhere I actually calculated this. So about 330,000 thoughts per hour. That's too much, isn't it?
What's that? Give me that again. You produce,
60 to 80,000 thoughts in a day. So you can
60.
think how many you're thinking per minute.
you produce 60,
This is an average, you might be
60.
anxious, you might be stressed out and you think a lot. When you're meditating, less. When you're sleeping, what's happening?
a parasympathetic system working, things going on still.
That's physical.
Right, okay.
Less thoughts or no thoughts.
No, it's
No.
never no
No
thoughts,
thoughts.
you're having
Yes.
thoughts.
I've been
You're
talking,
having thoughts, but
Not there.
less,
yes,
like dream. of
right,
the thought.
you're not there.
Even if you're having an NREM sleep, which is non-random eye movement sleep, you're
Right.
still having
Thoughts.
few thoughts. We're just not aware of them, but it's that. Cha. Just looking at the time to understand, I'm the being in this body, so I'm the human being. Human being in a human body. We know the DNA of the body. 46 chromosomes, XY, and all of those things. What's the DNA of me, the being? Because I need to know how to take care of it. Right? And this is the DNA of the being. All the virtues, peace, love, happiness, purity, power, wisdom. Remember? You come continuously, you'll remember. So all this positive virtues that we have listed is the DNA. Means this is who you are. You don't have to become that. I don't have to become a girl. I'm in a female body. You don't have to become a male. You are in a male body. You are not male. The being is beyond gender. But you are in a male costume or a female body. Similarly, you are peace. You are a powerful being. You are a pure being. You are a joyful being, loveful being. These are the inherent virtues of the being. This is our DNA. You're okay with this DNA? When people say, God knows where you got your genes, you say, this is what my genes are. Peace, love, happiness, joy, wisdom, and purity. You want to write this down? You should memorize this.
You said-
Even in the middle of your night, I will say, if I forget, just message me.
Yes, I do that. Early in the morning, 6 o'clock.
Yes, Brother Claremont, you have all the freedom to do that. Compassion is nothing but a compass to go in. In. Compassion, go in. It's a compass to go in. Instead of looking out, you turn your attention and go in. GPS will take you out. Compassion will take you in. Connect to your true core being of who you are. And these are some of the ways where you can take care of yourself. In a minute or so, there will be a traffic control which gets played. I mean, to control the traffic of our thoughts. How do we control traffic of vehicles on the street? You have,
Traffic lights, traffic police.
correct. Yes, police, of course, right? Traffic lights, and when it is red, you're supposed to stop. So similarly, every hour or so at the meditation center here, a music gets played. At 7 o'clock, you heard a music get played. At 7:30, a 3-minute song will get played. Physically, we stop doing whatever we're doing, you sit down, but the mind might be still running. So we call it as traffic control, SOS. Slow down, observe your thoughts, and steer. When you drive, if your thoughts were going south, negative, turn, stir it up, elevate it once. Before you start your day, before you eat, before you start doing anything, before you go to bed, SOS. Not save my soul. To create bookends. You know what's a bookend?
Um,
When you have a bookcase. In library, you've seen books arranged in the bookshelf. And let's do our traffic control. So leave the outside world, just connect your true self within. Lastly, talking about bookends, when you arrange books, when the shelf is not complete, you call it as a bookend. It's usually L-shaped so that the books don't fall. So in our life, to create bookends is you draw lines for yourself, which will protect your purity, your peace. You create your own principles and guidelines so that you're not affected by any kind of negativity, where you can maintain your inner peace. Say, my friend would sometimes say, sister, after 9, I turn off my phone